evening. Welcome to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and we have a great guest with us tonight. We were just laughing backstage. He's an American rapper, songwriter, has a great personality. As a matter of fact, I've had the opportunity to watch him perform. He's one of the best rappers you really see perform, and a great dancer. And I think we got to get him to Jamaica also. That would be great to have. His name is Martez Ankerson, and we were running jokes backstage because I said, "What are you doing with a Spanish name or a European name?" And so we're just there having fun. And but Martez Ankerson, known professionally as Mr. 8220, aka, is an American rapper, songwriter from Broward County, Florida. In 2021, he performed at the Pompano Fall Festival alongside the likes of Monica, Drew Hill, and Advant. In 2017, he released his hit single Reckless, which earned him recognition and popularity. He was featured in Ace magazine in 2018 and was recognized as an upcoming artist to watch out for. In 2019, he signed his first deal with Bentley Records out of New York. Uno is known for his energy and dance. That's true. I've watched him. Uno is known for his energy, dance moves, and his deliverance on stage. His rap is real and unique. Uno makes music from the heart. It comes from the experience and life lessons that he has had. In 2021, he began to make gospel music after he lost so many friends and family to the streets and the prison system. Today, he continues to strive to be the voice of generations. You can find his latest mixtape. I got to get one of these. Away from carrying me to Icebox, which we were discussing. Icebox, um, you, you
Definitely
need
thought.
to you need to post in what send me one of your mixtape.
Okay.
His latest mixtape is My Ghetto Gospel on all platforms. Great. Welcome to Pathway to Success.
Appreciate
Uno.
it. It's a
First,
pleasure to be here.
first, tell us a little bit. We were joking backstage, but your name doesn't add up with both of us skin. It's
Mhm. It's
it's like
it's, it's that's a unique name
that
right
name.
there.
Tell us, how do you got the name Markel Ankerson? Tell me a little bit about it.
Martez Hankerson, that's actually my real name.
Hmm.
That name is a family name. That Martez came from my uncle. That's their middle name. Now
Right.
The Hankerson, my granddaddy owned. I don't know if you're familiar with Fort Lauderdale, Dillard High School.
Yes.
Okay, he owned the corner store across the street from Dillard High School called the Hank Store.
Oh,
That's my granddaddy. Yeah, they tore it down, but he was big around town for his barbecue and stuff like that. So that's why I got my last name. So my first name came from my uncles on my mama's
mhm.
side, and then my granddaddy is that Hankerson. It runs. I got a cousin, Leonard Hankerson, and play professionally football. So it's a unique name, and it ain't too many of us with that name either.
Right. And it's a name of greatness. I just looking at you, I can see that you're a great young man. Now, I had the opportunity last year to watch you perform. You
Oh yeah.
didn't know that, but I watched you perform, and your delivery was great. Your delivery was
Appreciate
excellent.
that.
Your lyrical content is very positive. You rhyme very well, and your dance moves. Who taught you to dance?
Yeah, man, that dancing it came a long way. I used to dance all the time. Like I played little league football,
Yes.
always dancing. Every time I score a touchdown, they turn the music on for me. They be pumping me up out here, man. So I just be excited. I got so much energy. Like even my son, my kids, they just energy. It be
Yes.
so much energy, but I try to bring a nice deliverance when I perform because if you don't if I don't feel it, nobody else gonna feel it.
Feel it.
So I like to control the energy inside the room when I'm performing.
Well, you're a
Yeah.
great performer. I really enjoyed your performance. But tell us your background and how do you got started in music?
Um, so when I first started music, I believe it was 2007, and I was I was in the streets. You get what I'm saying? So I really had to fend for myself at that time. But I was also with the people that I was around. I used to always go to the studio as a kid. And you get what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about music. I just used to be dancing, playing football, stuff like that. So I wasn't really, even thinking about music. And and it was so much built up inside of me, and I needed playing football was my escape. So when I used to go to the studio and watch these dudes get in the booth, laying down tracks, and something just one day I just said, man, let me try that. Let me just put it in my words and try it. And when I made my first song, it was a love song too. So I was trying it, but when I made my first song, man, and and the more I started writing, cause I always loved poems growing up. So when I laid that first track, oh yeah, that changed everything, and that became more like an escape route for me, cause I was able to. It'd be hard to explain myself. Like as a kid, it was hard for me to explain myself growing up because of all the stuff that I was going through. But when I when I got introduced with the music, like that basically changed my whole life, man. Because I was
So
able to.
music was a way of escape for you out of the situation that you're in and was really happening around you at that time. Music was
Correct.
a way of escape.
Correct. Yeah, because there was so much going on, and you keep so much stuff bottled up when you were a kid, because you really don't talk to nobody like that as a kid. Nobody ain't really trying to. I ain't have nobody to sit up there and really dissect my life to say, oh, go do stuff this way or do stuff that way. So at the end of the day, when I got on that pen and pad, I was able to release a lot through my music. And when people started to hear it, they was like, hey, you got something here. Like you could
Yeah,
take this and really go with it. So music like my personal diary. Growing up,
yeah.
I was able to lay them tracks down, and I feel better after I lay it down. You get what I'm saying? I listen back. The guys that I was around, they was like, man, you need to take this more serious because you got something. You need to take it more serious. So, I started, I played a couple times, but because I'm trying to juggle so much, but getting in that studio, man, it changed a lot. And I had the support from my friends also when I was doing the music. So they pushed me.
Which rapper? Because you're a poet. You're good at writing. Um, I
Yeah,
was I was saying this recently to my son that rappers who are poetic are always the best at producing better music. I think Tupac Shakur was a great poet. He
oh
wrote,
yeah,
he was very good. And you are also poetic. Now I understand. If anybody get your mixtape, they'll recognize that there's a great flow of how you
hmm,
write your songs. But
yeah.
when you write your songs, what really inspire you? Where the inspiration? What are the things that inspire you?
So when I write my song, the best thing that how I can sum that up is my life lessons. Just going like my kids from where I came from to where I'm at now. I thank God for it, man, because it's been plenty of times where I couldn't, I'm not supposed to be here. I feel like, well, God saved me a lot. So every breath that every morning I wake up and take a breath, I think that's the inspiration. Seeing my kids and growing and stuff. So when I'm writing music, I do it for them and I do it for the people that I love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I'm, how I came up. So that keep me going when I write music. So
Now,
I write about my life lessons that where I came from.
did you have a favorite rapper while you were coming up? Who was your role model while coming up
Well,
as a musician?
growing up in the mirror, I used to think I was Tupac Shakur.
Okay.
So I used to sit in the mirror with my little shirt off. You get what I'm saying? And trying to bust some little rhymes. But yeah, man, I listen to Tupac, um, like Bootsy. I ain't gonna lie. You get what I'm saying? Like those are some of my favorites. like because like even like Lil Boosie, he taught like pain music, like stuff how he came up. So it was like more I could relate to.
Okay, that's good. Tupac Shakur is a great artist. But your
Yeah.
name now, because there's a question I want to ask you. How did
Mhm.
you what how did you came by that name? I like that name that you have. What does Mr. 8220 stand for? I'm sure a lot of persons would love to find out what that name stand for.
That's the
What
famous question. That's the famous question right there. 8220 stand for UBC. And
UBC?
yeah, UBC. And
Uh-huh.
UBC stand for Untamed by Choice, which is a brotherhood growing up as a kid that me and my friends put together.
Yeah.
So and so I'm Uno. That my childhood name is Uno. That's what they call me. But a lot of people was using Uno. So I say, you know what? Because if you type in Uno, a rapper, they use it for rap. That's actually my childhood name. So when you Google it or anybody try to Google me, it's gonna be a bunch of them. So I say, you know what? I could fix that. Let me fix that. 'Cause I want to stand out. I don't want to have you to try to search me and you getting all these people. So what I did was I went and put UBC. That's my little posse, and I put it in number form and put the zero behind it. So if you put UBC in number form, you get the 822, and I just added the zero behind it. So I'm Mr. 8220. That's the only person you're gonna get when you put it in there. Then you can find me. Then you go ahead and you'll see me right there.
That's very
So that's
creative. That's very creative now because for you to how you created that, you got the numbers band. It shows that you're a very creative artist.
oh yeah.
There's an amazing creativity on the inside of you, even for you to create that for
Mhm.
your musical name. But what was the it was there anyone because I know that you went into the studio, but was
Mhm.
there anyone who really like a producer
I'm
who
sorry.
saw you and just said, you have something that I think that would really do well in hip hop?
That's my brother.
Mhm.
My brother told me that because he was in and out, and when he got out and he heard my music, I had picked him up his first day out, and he heard my music. He said, "Bro, like you really making music. I thought you was playing around when you told me that on the phone, but you really making music. Like you sound good." He said, "You don't sound like these everybody out here. You ain't doing no mumble rap. You ain't putting no auto tune on there. You actually speaking about something." So when he told me that, and I looked up to it. That's my big brother. So when he told me that, I went full fledged. He, with a little support behind me, and I went at it.
What are some of the stages, the different platforms that you have really performed in different places? Have you performed so far?
Um, it's a place every seven that's down here that have artists. I did, as you know, I did Pumping No Fall. We went to Texas. What was the little one? Port St. Lucie. I try to get around Jacksonville. You know, that's what
Now, we're gonna take a short break, but when I come back, it's amazing because you're a street. Were you what kind of rapper when you were out there before you became a gospel rapper? As a secular rapper, were you a gangster rapper? I wanted to know or were you a guy that rap about romance? What was it?
well, I specialized in pain music when I was out there. So, but before I became, find myself and trying to become the voice, I was out there and I was doing pain music. So, because everybody was out there want to, talk about what they didn't have.
Right, pain. Could you elaborate on that? Because for some persons who are watching who don't know
Mm-hmm.
what pain music is, make it more.
So pain music is like basically struggle music, stuff like real life stuff that you go through, like stuff you had to do to get by. You may be at your back against the wall, people passing away, people backstabbing you, like close friends backstabbing you. So stuff like that. That's the type of music I was making, stuff that I actually was going through in the streets trying to survive. Because at 15, before I had my first child, I was actually out here and it was just me. So I had to get by. You get what I'm saying? I was defending for myself as a kid, with a kid, trying to grow and put myself through school. So that type of motive, like going through that, is the dark place. So when I was in that dark place, that's what I know. So that's what I rapped about. Because it's more easier. I'm not, I didn't rap about stuff that I didn't have. I rapped about stuff that I'm going through. So that's considered as pain music.
So you kept it real. You rapped about the experiences that you had, and the struggles that you had at the time, being
Correct.
a young father, and you stepped into music with that great determination to make it and to win. We're going to take a short break on Pathway to Success. We have with rapper Uno, and we're going to come right back.
Gotcha. What you think?
I had to let your brother know shit.
I got this oil on me just to keep them demons off. Holy, 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 holy. Shake the devil out, watch me move it, watch me walk. They tried to hold me down, but I took off like a rocket. The streets still calling, trying to put me in the casket. The devil let the go, he got a pull in the ratchet. No weapon forming, kiss me open the door and let him have it. Power in the tone, they wasn't ready for this stab. It's healing in my hand, this ain't woo or magic. If you want it, you can get it, you can pull up on the stab. Step inside the body, you want a war with your hands. I was blind eyes, see they show me love, but didn't have it. Hold me down bad, almost turned me to a trash. Had to stop the devil out on my feet, I'ma smash it. My homies roll run, I pray they got her, they don't crash it. Your life, tell me what you need. Don't you think your life could be emergency? Get your mind right. We turning up the flame, sharpen up this order, this a black to let it rain. Sharpen up this order, this a
Are you looking to advertise your business? Look no further. Pathways to Success is offering 3 30-second slots each Sunday of the month for $100. Please contact 561-331-1524 for all inquiries.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter, and we're sitting right here with Mr. 8220, aka Uno. I like that. Almost sounds like a James Bond code name for a secret a secret agent. I love that, Uno. I love that.
You know it.
You know it. You're the rap James Bond. You're the rap James Bond.
I ain't gonna see it coming. I'm in what at least expect, baby.
I love that. I love that. Now I was just watching a clipping of your performance. I love your outfit. I gotta have you get me one of those outfits.
You want one of them?
Yeah, I love it. I love that outfit.
Hey, I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna take you through, man.
You gotta take me through.
I'm gonna dress you up.
Yeah, you gotta take me through and hook me up, man. I love that outfit. And I love that song. That song, I remember that I watched you perform that song, and I really love that song.
You like that song?
I love it. And you say like, I said, I love it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I grew to that song. That song is bad. It's dope.
That song was deep, man. As you that hook part when I said, "If this a blessing, let it rain." When I was writing that song, I was on my in my back. on the back of on my patio, and I was writing that song. When I wrote that hook, and I said,
Yeah.
"This will let it rain," it actually started raining. I said,
Wow.
"Oh, dude, I gotta
That's
finish this one."
powerful.
Yeah,
That's
that
powerful.
blew me. I said, "Yeah, this is it right here." I said, okay,
That's a hit song. I think that's a great hit song. Not only that song, but the other song that you wrote.
yeah,
You were a secular artist before becoming a gospel rapper.
correct.
Tell us what brought about this transition, change. What brought about that change from secular to the gospel?
Well, like I was saying, like the transition that I was in, growing up, even in a dark place, I always had a relationship with God. You get what I'm saying? I always had that relationship. So we tend to stray away, but we always gonna find our way back. And especially with everything that's going on today in life, I really had to step back and like, dang, everybody's trying to rap.
Yeah.
And I see what's going on. Like basically, God removed some scales out of my life. I mean, scales from my eyes and moved some people out of my life. So it was cloudy when I was doing the secular music. Chasing something that you get what I'm saying, that I'm not gonna be happy. So when I was on the road doing that, when I was on the road traveling and meeting these artists and stuff that was out here, they didn't really seem happy. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, I understand the grind and you trying to get somewhere. Is you doing it for the right cause, because only thing that's doing is turning our younger generation into something that they think GTA, you ain't coming back from that. And then I'm looking at all this stuff, like it's crazy. Like recently, I just lost one of the kids I coach, and he's 5 years old. That was a wake up, seeing that baby, and you get what I'm saying. You don't get this second chance. It's either you do it now or you don't. So that trend, I had to transition. Something had to break inside of me, seeing all this stuff. People shoot you, and just these kids shooting each other and just walking away, and they don't got no emotions in it. And it changed me. I say somebody got to have a voice in it. And I know I got good music, but God, He came to me and He spoke to me. He was like, "Listen, you done made too many promises to me. I done saved your life. But the Lord knows how many times. You got to get back. You got to get back, because you getting older and you can see." He told me, "You can see. If you see these things, you're responsible now for these things." So that hit me hard. And I got kids now, and I got nephews, I got little cousins, and I don't want to see them grow up and ever have to go through and see the stuff that I seen in life. You get what I'm saying? Because you could become numb out here to these streets, and it's gonna be hard to get your mindset back. So if I could save whoever, some souls, I'm gonna get the word. I'm gonna do what I can. I ain't saying I'm Superman, but I'm definitely gonna do what I can. You get what I'm saying? Because I grew up in the church, but when my granddaddy passed, you get what I'm saying? I kind of got lost in the streets, but I found my way back.
I'm happy to hear that, and my condolences of the loss of that young child
Yeah, it was
that
crazy.
you spoke about. But I this the Bible says, there's a quote in the Bible: "Little child shall lead them." When
Mhm.
sometimes it takes something like a child, sometimes to speak reasoning or to show even an adult, that
Mhm.
we bring about some change. Someone will always be around that will always lead us in a pathway of change. And
Right.
so, you said you have seen many persons who have lost their lives, what happening out in the street, and I believe
Mhm.
that in this transition that you have made, because you must have had some challenges and obstacles also that you have faced as a rap artist, and in making this transition, because for those who know you to be a pain artist that rap about pain, to now
Mhm.
an artist that is bringing joy, for bringing hope,
Oh yeah. Oh
that in
yeah.
the midst of pain, that there's hope in
Mhm.
Christ. Tell us a little bit about what was the challenges, obstacles you had to face. I mean, even from the streets, people,
Mhm.
you changed that way of rap music.
Well, even like what how I think about it, all that pain music that I was making before, and that's in the secular world, you know, because God always gonna get his glory out of everything. It doesn't matter. You could think that you out here doing whatever, but he'll break you down and put you in the belly till you can't move no more till you hear him. Because you're moving too fast. But all that pain music, that wasn't nothing but my testimony that I still was doing. Didn't even realize all this music that I'm out here putting out. Yeah, you going through stuff and you rapping about it, but you complaining. And you don't even know all the stuff you rapping about. Did you look at the bigger picture? You still here, you still breathing. That's sharpening you. I was conditioning you, I was changing you. I'm and this is your story that you got to write. So I that's how I look at it.
Powerful. That's powerful. Have you ever felt like giving up? Now we are all human beings,
Mm-hmm.
and the music industries are packed. I mean,
Oh yeah.
well filled music industry. It's not easy to find the right record label. It's not easy to find the right person to
It
push you.
mm-mm.
What would you say to a young rapper that is coming up? What advice would you give to any young rappers that's watching you tonight?
I tell them don't chase it, leave it, because once you get there, it's not gonna be what you think. And like they tell you, don't never want to meet your hero in life, because you expect them to be one way, because that's your presumption of them, and then when you meet these people, it's not, they act totally different. So I tell them go the opposite way, because you're chasing something that's going to put you more in a deeper spot, because these record labels, they just want the money. You gonna have the fame. You gonna be the face of it all, and when it crash, it's gonna crash on you, not them.
What do you do to keep yourself motivated as a rapper? As you're now a gospel rapper,
Yeah.
but what do you do to keep yourself motivated? Because with the entire world have gone through the pandemic. I think we're still going through it, even though some people have abandoned the mask.
Mhm.
Um, then here comes Russia, Ukraine. Um, that's another, and something that is another thing that is on people's mind. Then here
Mhm.
comes the gas prices going up and all these things. How do you keep yourself as a creative poet to produce very very great hit songs that you produce?
Well, I first thing, I always put God first. No matter what, I try to take the good out of every situation. Even though you gonna see the bad, but we never see the good. Because I look at what everything was going on. I treat it like my relationship with God, basically. Because even though you going through life and you going through stuff, you don't know what it's going to take you. Because it's struggle in the beauty. I mean, it's beauty in the struggle. I'm sorry, it's beauty in the struggle. So once you going through these things, we can't see to the end. So you have to keep pushing, and that's what motivates me to keep my music going. Even when I go through stuff now, I don't even complain no more, because I know God got me. If I put my trust and my faith in Him, then I already know if I'm gonna come out, I'm gonna come out successful regardless. So I try not to under think too much about what I'm going through, even when I'm under pressure. I just pray to God and I put it in His hands. He gonna get the glory regardless, and He gonna win.
Yeah.
So I'm just a vessel. I'm just a vessel. You get what I'm saying? This is the world. I'm just a vessel.
And what have been the response to your music? Because as I said, I love your music
Mm-hmm.
from persons who knew you back then to who you are
Okay.
now.
Ain't nothing changed.
Yeah.
The people, even the people who know me back then, I get the question a lot. Like my friends always come up and say, "Dang, bro, how you do gospel music?" Like, and I tell them it's not as hard as you think. I say you have to grow up. I say take a step back, look at the stuff that you're going through, and look at what's going on in the world. Either you gonna crumble with the world, or you gonna make a change. I had to make that change, so hopefully that inspired my friends to make that change. They still call me. I'm that type of friend that everybody call when they go through something or if they need advice. I always been that, even when I was in the world. People call me. I'm that person. They get along with me, but I'm that person. I'm that outlet. You get what I'm saying? So ain't nothing really changed. They call and they respect me more. And not only that, they actually come to church now with me.
That's good.
Yeah, so something breaking, something
Something
good.
is broken. I like that. I like that. So you are a great role model now. The change that you have had, others have started to accept that change and is now willing to follow you to church. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years and your music? What's the goal that you have for this year
Yeah.
and up to 2025?
2025. I see myself way further than where I'm at now. God done showed me. I just was actually telling my wife I keep having a dream about this man, which I really don't care about the material things, but I know as long as I do the work, God's still going to bless me with those, stuff of my desires. So I see myself way further. I see myself out there. I see myself reaching the world, reaching the kids, the generation. That's my main goal. So that's the goal that I really want to accomplish. That the type of music you feel that you see that song that you like.
Yeah.
That short life. Well, you came out on that, yo. You see how that right there. Your grandma could play that in the car. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, ain't no more excuses. We gotta change it. See, when people think about the church music, they think about praising, which is not wrong. You gonna praise, but yeah, I want to break something. I want to be able you pull out, and the kids could also enjoy the music. So you can put this song on with mommy in the car. She gonna let you listen to it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's positive music, and we gotta change. We can't always just be out here so rapping about killing this, killing that. So that's why I see myself going, and I really believe with God I could really reach that. So I get out here, I see myself traveling. You get what I'm saying? On this road, doing the work of God.
Even as you minister in songs, and I like the mode of ministry that you're carrying, because we are in a new ramp. We're in the millennium age, and a lot of our young men and women is into hip hop. So I like what you're doing in terms of what you're carrying to them. You're carrying hip hop in a positive light, but also hip hop in a light to let them know that there's a God. If you're going through whatever you're going through, God is there for you. All you need to do is turn to Him. That is a positive way. And what I like also is that you have been leading there are many young men who are on the streets in gangs and going down the wrong path. And your music, how can your music bring about a transformation in their lives? Your music, to those who are in the gangs.
Well, my music, if you pay, I like to put the beat, but if you pay attention to it, I speak about the good, the bad and the good. So I speak about what you going, like what I really talk about myself when I'm talking to my music. My music, testimony music, so that's me talking to God. And I get a lot of, dang, bro, like that song that you made, I was just going through that. I'm feeling that. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, that song really helped me. I was in a dark spot and I ain't know how to communicate that with God. You get what I'm saying? So when I try to rap, I try to rap about the problem and the solution. If you get one, you catch
I get what you say. The solution to whatever problems a person is going through.
Yeah. So because God speaks to us in our lowest moments.
You have heard it from one of the best, if not the best, gospel rapper. that I like his name, 8220, aka Uno. Um, amazing. The 007, I really believe that he's a secret agent for God. Secret agent for God. That would be bringing in many souls, young people to Christ Jesus. And so it's great interview with you, Uno. Icebox, we gotta go to Icebox. That's a joke between you and I. that's our that's our little thing we're talking about.
Icebox now. Hey, that's our code right now. Icebox.
That's our code, Icebox. And I love that outfit. And I would love to get a copy of that mixtape that you have out, so we can help to promote it here at Pathway to Success. Want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule as a husband, as a father, as a great rapper, artist, inspiration to us and the youths in the community. Want to thank you for coming on to Pathway to Success. I know that this won't be your last time, and I know that I'll be coming out to see you perform when you have your next performance. You've heard it right here. 8220, aka Uno. The agent is the agent of change.
He's
the agent of change, right?
Yes.
In hip hop. And how can everybody get your music? If anybody want to connect with you, how can they connect you to do shows?
Well, you could go on. Well, I'm on all platforms. Let me see the card. You could reach out to what is it, CLO Growwise at Gmail. I'm on. You can contact me through SoundCloud, Facebook. Facebook is Papa Willie. That's my little name right there. Instagram, Snap It Out Uno. You can get with me on there. We come to you. You book with us. We come to you, and we put down. I'm on all platforms. I got a video that's out right now that just dropped. Pain Talk. It's on YouTube. Y'all go watch that right now.
Pain Talk on YouTube.
Yeah, Pain Talk. Or just dropped the video. Yeah,
I'll watch that.
It's deep. It's deep too. Oh yeah, him deep.
I'll watch that. Well, great having the agent of change on Pathway to Success. I want to thank you all so much for joining with us on Pathway to Success. And we'll be back next week again with an inspirational story that will inspire to the next level. Have a great week.